Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is So I'm Watching RuPaul's Drag Race, Season 14, Episode 1. I don't know if they're titled.
It doesn't have a title on IMDb yet. Yeah.
So.
I don't know, the CNT Awards. Part 1.
Where the only thing left is you. Okay, so it's the start of a new season. We had a premiere. It's a 2-part premiere, which Ru is wont to do with these. We had 7, and we'll presumably get 7 next week.
Yep.
But we did watch the Meet the Queens. Mm-hmm. We didn't really take notes. I think we put it on while we were doing like Christmas cookies and stuff.
Yeah. And
so a couple of them stood out to me, but that's the extent of it. So this week we had Alyssa Hunter, Bosco, Cornbread, the snack Jeté, Willow Pill, Carrie Colby, June Jambalaya, and Orion Story. Let's just go ahead and say it's Cornbread's world and we're all living in it.
I will say yes. I will co-sign that. I really like Willow Pill.
Oh, do you?
I
That
do.
Doesn't surprise me. Now that you say it, that doesn't surprise me. What did you think of her entrance look?
So, okay, I thought it was a little sloppy at first glance. And then the more I looked at it and the fact that it said angle instead of angel and all the stuff.
Did it really? I didn't even get that. I thought Bosco was just being funny.
Nope. It said angle.
Okay.
It was really funny. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then especially during Untucked when she was like, oh, I did that a little on purpose to kind of throw you guys off. I was like, oh, it made a lot of sense.
Which is a gamble.
Yeah.
When first impressions matter so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate the fact that, we're 14 seasons in and it's like we were reaching a point of entropy where it's like, how much bigger, grander, more glamorous can these looks get? Mm-hmm. And I'm still watching going back and watching doing my first watch of some of the earlier seasons, and like season, 4, whatever, they come in, season 1, they're like in like Forever 21 when they walk in the room. And so for me, there was something interesting about having a very toned down look. And it was certainly a look. You can't claim it wasn't a character, flip-flops and all. Like,
no, it was like a very like 2006 type of
They
vibe.
clocked her. They were calling her Paris. They were making a lot of Paris Hilton jokes. And for me, it was very easy to judge that look a certain way. But once I understood that it was a calculated look, it opened it up for me.
So in addition to that, I also loved her talent. It was so funny. We can go around a little bit more first.
Well,
we get to the
we can go by Queen. We're here now. But when she said that she was going to do self-care lip syncing, I was like, this is going to be terrible. And it was so interesting. Yeah. It was so funny.
It was like performance art.
Right off the bat, when you start playing Enya, you've got me. Like hook, line, and sinker.
It's over.
And it was a fully formed character. There was a story.
Because it was like half of something I can't totally identify. Like, okay, so it was like half of Celine Dion in the It's All Coming Back to Me video, and then half of Carrie White's mother from Carrie.
There was, no, I was literally going to say there was like a Women Who Kill vibe. Yeah. And with the robe, and she was putting on just enough melodrama. And then there was, because you think that like the spaghetti and the meatballs is going to be like the wacky twist, the joke.
And already at that point, she's dumped the wine into the bathtub. And then she picks up spaghetti and meatballs. You're like, surely not. There's no way. And then she does. And not only does she do that, but then she subsequently picks up a toaster. It absolutely slayed me.
And it threw, because they talked about it and Untucked, it like threw everyone for a loop because people had they had really underestimated her.
I thought it was just like, it was too good. I also like her backstory. All the, the health issues and stuff really make it somebody to root for. And I just dig it. I do love Cornbread though. I want that on the record. Very funny. Like Silky Nutmeg Ganache after she came to Jesus in between her season and All Stars.
Cornbread just has the it factor.
Yeah.
It's that X factor. Like because she stuck out for me, A, in the runway and B, in the Meet the Queens. Yeah. I've been following her on Twitter. She's funny on Twitter. There's just something about her where it's like she commands the room. Like she's already a figurehead on this season and we haven't even met the other
7.
the other contestant.
Yeah.
And she's funny, but also because the moment she got me is she actually did say, I'm excited to make friends. I came here to make friends. Because you and I aren't super big on the like reality TV, like this is an America's Next Best Friend.
Yeah.
Because it could be. Why not? Why not have fun and make friends? Like,
do it. I did, because like that's the thing why we like Trixie and Katya so much is because they made friends on their season and they stayed friends and they worked together consistently. And it's just nice. It's just like nice to watch them be friends with each other.
So Cornbread did a lip sync. Her talent
to her
was
own
lip syncing, but it was to her own song, which that's a double in my opinion. And on top of that, her own song was good.
Yeah.
The production was decent. It was clever. The lyrics and stuff. It was. I'm really, really, like I said, she's the one to look out for. I have something controversial and brave to say, and it's that I actually do like Bosco.
I kind of like Bosco.
She has villain energy.
Sure.
She, and intentionally, she's bringing that. She is willing to play that role, and I think she'll be very good at it. But mostly, I actually just like. I like what she's doing. I like the eyebrows. She has a very sort of like runway-esque glamour thing, and I think she's good. Like everything that I've seen so far, I liked her like first Meet the Queens look and all that. Like I said, she definitely is playing into the like bitchy thing, but she's one of the ones that I could believe that if she's long for the show, that we could get.
We'll get deeper.
A center.
Yeah.
Like I think it's largely I think she's largely putting it on. And so in that regard you could say it's calculated, kind of like Willow Pill.
Sure.
We're gonna have a hard time if Rue is gonna keep.
I can't.
Which if LaGuardia, Newark, Ivy Winters, all of
stuff I don't care. The like I don't care. That's fine. That's like a funny joke, but
that was a different. But yeah.
Will Pill? No. Done right now. Stop it.
Rue already, this episode alone, it feels like she's coming out particularly chaotic.
There was also a lot more gentle choreo at the beginning from Rue.
I wrote that in my notes. I'm assuming it's a new single. I don't keep up to date on the RuPaul singles. I mean, I like some of them, but yeah. Hit them with your catwalk. There was a lot more of that.
Yeah. Just a lot of like.
It was nice. She looked good.
She looks amazing.
As she needs
never
to.
The question.
But no, I'm super into what Bosco is presenting.
Yeah.
And the burlesque. I thought her burlesque costume, especially the costume, was gorgeous. It was the rose.
Individual petals was very cool.
It felt rushed, but that could have just been the time slot what they were allotted.
The burlesque aspect of it, I definitely was feeling the same way, but I think they all had like 90 seconds to do their thing. So,
I don't have a ton to say about Alyssa Hunter. She seems nice. Like she seems good, and she does seem talented, although I do agree with the assessment that she kind of, we had sort of like a Katniss, Artemis, like Huntress entrance, and then we went into lip syncing of a rock song.
And then we came out in like a My Fair Lady pageant dress for the runway.
And I absolutely appreciate the diversity.
Yeah, I agree, because that's the thing that I was saying, or what I was thinking while we were watching it, is I'm just sort of like, it was a good instinct to show them everything you can do, but when the challenge and like the directive was specifically like, show us who you are, then don't do two such diametrically opposed things. I mean, like the My Fair Lady thing was fucking incredible, though. It looked amazing.
Well, there just wasn't a through line because it's like, the first look, the like Artemis look was like tan and brown and like earthy. And so if they were all earthy or I don't know, there was just something about it for it to be a represent who you are, but also on top of that, a first meeting. It's like, you need to give us something. Because even, I mean, the Alyssa Hunter, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe that was it. I don't know. But although she is probably currently winning the trade of the season competition, he was cute. And I appreciate the eyebrows because
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand the drag eyebrows.
The
So they
like
just have the teeny little,
half eyebrows.
and
yeah.
he like did the rest. But he seems sweet. I don't know. I'm gonna need more because I think
he also thought her name was Willow Pillow, which is
Whittle Pillow,
adorable.
and that was really good. So. Carrie Colby, she is the hot bitch of the season. She's the look.
She's got her like trans flag inspired thing. The like first look one, very good.
She did ding me negatively when she came in, and like one of the very first things she said was, "I'm giving you viral sensation," and I was kind of like,
not right now. In this,
I don't love that energy. But she was gorgeous, and her and Cornbread are apparently friends.
Yeah.
From I guess the LA scene,
which is fun. I like that. I liked her. I thought she was cute. I liked. What did she do for the talent?
Hers was the jump
roping
rope
thing. I agree with Michelle, or was it Michelle or I'm
Ross.
having a hard Ross. I don't remember which one of them.
At first, I was like, is she just lip syncing? I was like, this is medium.
Yeah, because that's the thing is like it took her too long to get to the jump rope, but once she did, then it was funny.
And it was something.
Yeah.
That was because I mean,
but it is sort of like, oh, are you a baton twirler?
a little bit.
A little bit.
There's on Drag Race. There's an expectation that everyone can lip sync. So it's like I appreciated when the lip syncers brought something
extra
else to the table. But I also want to know what she was doing with the Q-tip. Because there was a scene where she was like Q-tipping her eyeball, and it took us out. We were like, "Wah!" But we have June Jambalaya. I also thought June was cute. I put him on my trade. Mm-hmm. There was a particular shot when they were, I think, getting ready or the second day where I was like, oh, he's cute. But she did fall a little bit into the background for me.
Honestly, not my fave. I wanted her to be, and it just sort of was, especially, okay, mostly because I didn't really get a good sense of her regardless. And then once Michelle was like, I can see your tights. You're wearing control top.
I saw the tights was screaming.
And this also is like, that sheer part was like not fitted at all in her runway look. And the headband during her dance, it was like a lot of stuff that I sort of am like, you know where you are, right?
Well, so I really loved the African dance. I really appreciated that. And I thought it was very, very interesting. And it was informative as to who you are and what you do. And, but no, the details just weren't on par. And again, my issue is not that she was wearing tights. No. It was the control top. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know why.
It was actually bike shorts.
Well, I think there were bike shorts on top of them.
Oh, on top of them. Okay.
I think. I'm not sure. But it was like, maybe it's my dance background, but like that is a cardinal sin.
Yeah, it's not great.
In my mind. I'm like, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
And then you're right, the headband, it
just kept falling.
It was just distracting. Yeah.
Well, and she had to keep fixing it because it was falling in her eyes. And it's like, you don't think there's a million bobby pins back there you could have secured that with?
And then we had Orion Story. Spoiler alert, Orion Story is the one who goes home. Mm-hmm. It seems to be sticking this time.
We'll see. Well, there is no game within a game so far that we've seen. So.
But, I got this vibe from the beginning, from the first look, from the runway, from the get to know the queens, from Twitter to here, where there was something about Orion that wasn't, I don't know, we like to be positive and like we like to like be complimentary, and
I also like the weird queens more often than not.
Good, like she was very technically skilled, but for me there was something that was not connecting from here. There was something here that just was not resonating in any iteration that I saw from her.
I also the runway look at the end was so weird because it was like really polka dotty and Pollyanna, and I guess the juxtaposition of them,
but there was a mod.
But I'm just like, I don't know what you're trying to tell me, and I actually really did like her talent. I thought that was funny enough, and I do think it needs to be like workshopped and brought in a little. But I mean,
so my issue
on a short notice kind of a thing, that's pretty funny.
If our history with the show is any indication, comedy is risky.
Oh yeah,
and I appreciate the swing. And the thing is she didn't embarrass herself, but it was like, there was one joke And it was the hot missile and the
I think she just said I have a hot shit
in the cannon or something like that. Like that the beginning stuff was all establishing the scene.
Yeah.
And so it was like 90
so it was just
seconds.
like a hot shit and then thrusting on all fours. And it's like you can only get so far.
I don't know that 90 seconds or however long it was. I don't know that it was enough time to create and resonate a unique or an individual character.
Sure, but except it did work
with Willow.
For Willow. And it has worked in the past for other queens doing like a similar type of thing. So it just is like you have to really believe in your character to sell it like that.
I didn't want her to go home because it's the kind of thing that I believe we could have maybe broken through whatever that like it was like there was a wall up or something.
I agree.
Because again, like I said, technically, like I liked the freckles, the eye makeup, like the because even the like wig reveal, I mean, it was neat in that it was a stunt, but I didn't know what it had to say about any or either of the characters she was like portraying or conveying. And so
I agree.
It was odd. I would like to see more from her. I guess I have to agree that I don't know that this was it.
Yeah, that's why I like legitimately was waiting for a game within a game where I was just like, they haven't even all gotten a chance to compete against each other, and you're legitimately sending 2 queens home before all 14 have gotten to meet each other. And I don't know, that feels a little odd to me now after all of the like shenanigans
it happened last season, but one of them was Elliot, who they kept. So it's like, I don't know.
Which that's what I was going to say it when we were talking about Willow to begin with, which is that her like in the workroom outfit reminded me of the Elliot with 2 T's workroom outfit, because everybody was like, what are you wearing? And she explained it and was like, I'm a desperate Vegas housewife. And I was like, 100%, I get it. So it's like, I think you can come in the workroom and not have it be like perfect like some other queens
or like a show stopping
think it needs to be, and still it is like perfect for you. And I think that's the important thing about Willow.
I also thought that Willow's like, because the runway was signature show stopping drag. I mean, maybe it wasn't show stopping, but Willow was in like a blue and green kind of like jet setty.
Yeah, like Jetsons. I thought it was great.
I liked it too because Michelle seemed like she was in rare form, but
that's what they were. They mentioned it in Untucked. They all were like, those were like top 5 critiques. Like if we were only the top 5. They really did go in because
Michelle said, did she say it made her skin crawl the color green?
Well, you know she hates the color green,
right?
But she just was like, I hate seeing that color green on you, and I just was like, I think it's perfect.
It was.
I agree. Maybe not showstoppy, but I thought it looked great, and it was a unified, cohesive look, and it felt unified and cohesive with her whole vibe the whole time.
I loved Cornbread's Grace Jones.
Yes. Oh my god.
And she straight. Okay, so Lizzo was the celebrity guest judge.
Love it.
She was so happy to be there. She looked, I think that's the best I've ever seen her.
And she's stunning most of the time.
It was
Waist
just like
snatched. Hair done. Earrings huge.
I love the earring because Rue even like referred to her as fucking Tina Turner from Mad Max. I forgot what she called it, but yeah. So I loved Cornbread's Grace Jones, like kind of like chain mail-y, and I liked I understood Michelle's critique about how it squashed her a little bit, but I also think the overall look was solid enough, and I liked the risk of
me too. I just is
doing
like
that.
The thing is that Grace Jones is like 11 feet tall and can pull it off.
I didn't get Carrie's. It was like pink strappy, like a whole bunch of K's, and then like a lion fur coat.
I don't know. She's a Leo queen.
Yeah, that didn't really resonate with me.
And it didn't necessarily resonate with Lizzo either, because she was like, "I'm glad you had a lot of K's. If it had only been 3," which I saw a couple, and I was like, "Oh, I don't feel good about this."
And I did really, I mean, I think that this is gonna be an unpopular opinion, but I think Bosco's an early fave for me, because I also liked her whole look, and I loved her like her inspiration. She said it was very like Mugler, Lovecraft, Dita Von Teese. I could see all of that. It was all there.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm going Cornbread, Bosco,
Willow.
and Willow. Those are my top 3 after just meeting half the queens.
So, yeah, the bottom was June and Orion. I wasn't sure because, like I said, Orion was polished, but it just wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And
I get what you mean. It doesn't feel like there was any like heart and soul in the.
There was something, yeah. And then June, I would like to see June do better.
I'd like, let's elevate, like, because I liked the initial like first look vibe of everything that I saw, and it was as I looked at it more that I kept seeing the dings that Michelle was talking about. So let's get her some more padding and tights, and like let's shoot for the moon.
I would like to see more. I don't know that I am. I'm that I think that we're going to get it, but
maybe we'll see. We'll see how good she does in 2 to 5 weeks, depending on how long it takes.
We also had commercials for Cashapp with Megan Thee Stallion and Smirnoff with Kaylee Cuoco, and they both looked amazing in their respective their respective corporate shill.
I don't know what the Venn diagram looks like for fans of this show and fans of The Flight Attendant, but we're gonna probably cover season 2, so stay tuned.
And Megan Thee Stallion, man, I am obviously aware of her.
So hot.
Like marble.
Like comically hot.
Like if silk and marble could be, man, that Cash App. I literally was just like,
yep.
And on that note, if you like what we do, us or anything like that,
we're also on Cash App.
Venmo. Please like and subscribe.
Yep.
Tell your friends we're trying to grow this year.
Yay!
We're trying to get to, I don't know,
3,000.
I was gonna say 5,000, but
that's ambitious. 37.50. Let's split the difference.
Subscribers or dollars, whichever.
Sweet.
So let us know what you think within reason, please.
Yeah.
And we've been getting it from all sides lately.
Let's keep it calm in the comments.
Constructive criticism.
Keep it calm and constructive.
And we'll be back next week to eat the same amount.
Yep. Bye.
No return.
The wrong thing.
I'm still on Yellow Jackets. I'm never not thinking about Yellow Jackets.
It's true.
Assume that that's all.
It's the only thing going on behind the lights here.